All right, guys, so for your presentation, this is what your rubric looks like. This is how you will be graded. You will hand me your packet the day of your presentation. I will go ahead and just fill in the rubric and hand it right back to you at the end so you can see how you did. The evidence, your presentation should have a good flow and structure that provides enough thematic evidence to support its elements. What does this mean? This means that you should have at least one part of your presentation where you tell me something that happened in your book that supports the theme that you chose. You also need to tell a little bit of something from each of your connecting ideas, your movie, your TV show, etc. And you need to give an example from each of those that shows the support of the theme. The evidence from the book in your writing needs to be word for word a quote, but the evidence in your speech can just be you telling us about that part of the book that supports the theme. Don't get into summary. Remember to restrict and keep it simple. Then stories. You need to at least tell one engaging story. Tell me about how you picked the book. Tell me about a time when you were reading the book and couldn't put it down, or reading the book and you fell asleep. Maybe you want to say about a similar situation in life that you've had occur, or that someone you know has had occur. Try and connect with your audience through a story. Your visuals, we've worked on those in class. Those were your simple slides. You shouldn't have your slides overpower you. You want them to complement you. So make sure that the slides have one picture and no more than 6 words on them. You don't want them to be overpowering. The appearance, please dress the day of your presentation a little bit more formal than you normally do. When it says more formal than your audience, just know like most people on any given day can wear jeans and whatever and they're relaxed. So you should dress up that day to be a little overdressed. If you just want to dress up for that hour, you can go and get dressed at the very beginning of the class and then return back and present. Delivery. I'm going to be looking for a conversational tone, that your words are clear, that you're at a comfortable pace, that they're used an appropriate opening so that you somehow opened up with like a question of the audience, or maybe that's your story, or maybe a quote, and then connect with them through that. Your presence. Presenter uses the floor. Try not to stand in one place. You don't want to have your legs crossed. You don't want to have your hands in your pockets. You want to not be fidgeting. So try and walk up to one area of the room and talk for a little bit. Walk to the other area of the room, stop and talk a little bit. Stand tall and with your feet at least hip width apart. And then you need to have a typed handout. So everything before the handout is 5 points apiece. So that's 30 points. And then the handout itself is worth 20 points. You get 20 points if you do it, 10 points if you tried to do it and didn't do it correctly, and 0 points if you don't have one. The handout should be the typed up paragraphs from page 7 that are the triangle paragraphs. So the theme paragraph from your book with evidence, and then a paragraph explaining the connection of your 3 sources. Make sure you use bibliographic information so that you cite your sources.